Hello Grifters, welcome back to some more Griftlands. Today we will be going back into a regular playthrough and we are gonna play Rook. Let's get a recorded series of him on his bark job. So, since last you saw me, a few things have happened. I have unlocked all of the card sets by playing a few brawls and we are at prestige level 4. So, I'm not going to go through all of these, but we will see the cards in time. But the prestige levels here, let me just show you guys what's been added. So I think the level 1 is the only one I've shown. So level 2, this one makes what? Non-boss enemies have upgraded abilities in battle. It's supposed to be in battle here. And a chance to spawn as a promoted version, which is really rough and on its own, but not that wasn't really that hard. Then level 2, negotiations get stronger. Or harder. Opponents have improved arguments, right? So whenever they spawn an argument, they have, I think all of them are improved, so a little bit stronger. And negotiations are thus tougher in general. Then bosses are stronger in battle is the 3rd level. And this one is the only one I have played to. Then, of course, I haven't played with a level 4 yet. This is new. And it says resolve is no longer restored after battle. And I felt like playing with level 3. The bosses are stronger in battle. And this is the point where the game starts sort of getting into its own, where level 3 is probably what I would call a standard experience. A little bit stronger battles, a little bit stronger negotiations, a little bit stronger bosses, right? And now resolve is no longer restored after battle. Not a big deal, but it does make it a little bit harder. I tend to lose some negotiations now and then, and you have to roll with those punches and see where you can go. So the next thing that we are going to do, and this is how I do it, I like this randomize 3 different mutators. Mutators can do all kinds of different things, and it makes for a unique run. So what I do is I click the randomize button, and then I'm allowed to unselect any mutators that I don't think will be fun to play with. But we're not adding more than the 3 as a base. You can also enable all of them, but this is how I like to do it. So let me try it out here. Randomize 3. It gave us elimination. Removing cards at shops can be done at any number of times. Okay, not a big difference. Normally, apparently, there's a limit. Toolbox. Draft 2 item cards at the start of the game. They have 1 additional charge. This is a bonus. Both of them so far is a bonus. And unnatural growth. All cards require a random amount of experience to upgrade. This is actually a really fun one. It's hard to explain, but it's self-explanatory here, but it makes it really interesting. When you select new cards, you want to really look at the amount of experience it takes, and that factors into whether or not you want to get the card. Sometimes you can't even ever upgrade it because it needs so much experience. So that's a lovely little mutator. Let's try that out.
The world when you wear a soldier's uniform, so you turned yours in and left the Admiralty. But even out of uniform, your name still carries the weight of your medals. Captain Rook, the veteran, the hero, the saboteur, the spy. These days you freelance, and you're on your way to a job in Grout Bog, where the Spark Barons plumb the ruins looking for forgotten treasures. The bugs there are hard to spot, but they bleed you dry if you let them. Seems like you'll fit in just fine.
Hell yeah. Alright, Rook. Rook is so cool. Alright. Anyway, we get to choose 2 different item cards, I suppose from a selection of 3 different ones, as a little boon at the start. That's really this tripwire. I've never seen this one before. That's amazing. The only thing is that, of course, it doesn't replenish. So, but you can always just use it. The cool thing about the potions is that they replenish, so you don't really ever have to use them unless you have a deck that always goes to the hand limit at any given round. Then cards that replenish aren't really helping; they're just filling up the hand. A tripwire will take a draw, but like a stun is super amazing in 3 uses, and it gets an extra use. So that is really, really good. That is really for 0 actions, and it's rare. I mean, there's no way I can't take that, but it's just, yeah. No, that's amazing. All right, cool. Oh, what is this? A shock grenade. It looks like a gun. Ah, I see. It's a grenade, and then it's like a thing coming out. It looks like if there was a little bit of meat in here, this would be the trigger, and then this is a barrel. Yeah, whatever. It looks like a gun at first glance. Shock grenade. Hits all enemies. Stun enemies with metallic. Piercing. Yeah, nice grenade. Here's one with replenish. And then Spark Baron Permit. Apply 5 composure. Expend, replenish. Destroy after 3 uses. You know what? That might be what we need more than anything. That's a really good item, and composure can be can honestly be really hard to find good composure cards for negotiations in general. So this and for 0 cost and then it replenishes with 4 uses because we get the little bonus at the start here. That's amazing. So yeah, I'll get that. Okay, good little boon at the start. So here we go into the story. Of course, I've already completed this playthrough with Rook on the stream. For those that didn't see, you can go back and check if you want. And in this one, we'll try to play it in a different way. Most notably at the start, I think there's an option to go for like a different opening. So we're going to try that out. And I will be reading out everything at least one more time here. Then in future runs, I might not just read everything out, but I'm going to do it in this playthrough here. So here we go. Land around Grout Bog, squelches with mud, hungry for legs as well as boots. The only road leads to a gate flanked by armed security. A Spark Baron guard steps out into the path as you approach. Stop right there. The bog is closed, especially for grifters like you. Unless you pay the processing fee. Then maybe I could see to considering your petition for entry, but we can try to negotiate with him, and since this levels us up and stuff, this is always the preferable option. Forgive me for being skeptical about this fee. In fact, I'd like to speak to your supervisor. Why would you ever not take this negotiation? Right? It's like they allow you to do it, but look at that. So everything here has more XP. I think it's generally, it seems like it always adds more XP requirements to everything. So it's going to take forever to level these cards now, which creates a different dynamic. It's actually a penalty, I think, for the player. So it'll make the run a little bit harder while we then get the items at the start for free. So that was nice. And then being able to remove cards indefinitely might actually end up being a really good thing, because we can remove the cards that we never really upgrade. Yeah, and everything takes a lot of XP. It's a randomized amount. This one isn't as much as this kick over here. And this one only needs 5. So yeah, it's just randomized. Of course, we will try to level card as always. It's a big mechanic in this game. You gotta try to level your dudes or your things. So that'll be a lot of the opening play here. And he deployed an argument, and he stole some of my cards here with the appropriated plus. Yeah, it's appropriated plus because it's an improved argument, which I don't really know what the difference is. I don't remember what the original you appropriated does. This one is all business. It doesn't say plus on this one, so I don't know if this one's an upgrade. He gains 1 composure for each hostility card you draw. Okay, that's not a big deal. Trickery. Can we get us some composure in here? No. Gain bonus action next turn. Reverse your lucky coin. Reversing the lucky coin will give us 1 composure, which is kind of nice. I think I'll take that. And then we can also activate all of our pleasantries here. So we want to try to level the ones with the lowest. So upgrade progress. It says here 0 out of 14, and this was 0 out of 18. Like, I'm probably never gonna level this pleasantry. That's just not gonna happen. So let's try to get this 14 leveled, and then use the call it. Why not? To level it. And now I could have used our item to soak this damage here, but I'll take a little bit of damage at the start. It's not a big deal as long as you don't keep doing it. Now we gain 3 vulnerability over here. This is actually going to give us a lot of damage. This is 2 overspilling, and then the next, then we get vulnerability. Oh, we already have vulnerability, so that's already factored in. All right, no worries then. Let's see here. What do we have? Appropriated plus with call it on it. I can end the negotiation, but like I said, we really need to play into the XP. So I think we are doing the defensive thing. Let's get this one over here. Call it. More composure. So we're taking some damage, and it may be a faulty strategy here. It took 2, it's not a big deal. Okay. 5 incoming, and we can buy 4 composure, maybe even more, and there's even a rationale in here. Let me do the trickery. Yeah, so we can rig 1 hit, and that will give us the composure that we need. Draw a card, discard a card, and set 1 flustered would also do it. Which is better than... Then I think the flustered is the preferred one. Lowers damage to 3. Then we call it. Okay. Let's tank all the damage. We can end the negotiation whenever we want to, basically. Should be able to apply 4 damage in any given round. This might be the round then. We are taking what? 3, 6. Let me do some trickery again. Here's 3 composure. Okay, that makes me again want to go for the tanking. We could go for this rationale, but we won't be able to play it, and none of these either. Just do the call it. And we got all the tanking that we needed. Perfect. So let's open up one of these babies. I think this one here. And precisely all the tanking that we needed. Now we can gain no more XP. Good. Or bad, but whatever. End the negotiation. It took 6 damage total. It's survivable. So we haven't really... This is our first card pick, I suppose. We don't have anything that we necessarily want to go for yet. So everything's to play for. Both hostility and diplomacy is pretty good. I kind of have begun to prefer hostility. Can we get a good hostility deck here? Slugstorm here is really good with damage to all enemy arguments. That's all kinds of area damage in negotiations is always really, really strong. Then this one over here is going for the discard mechanic, but it's always tricky with the discard mechanics. Gamble and then deal damage to all enemy arguments if you hit snails, and then you want to rig snails. Or spend all influence and gamble that many times. Since we can't build influence, this also seems silly. So the next thing, of course, is to look at the XP. The snail in the pocket, we can actually level that one. So it becomes free here. That's quite nice. And when you set the coin, you also activate the thing that the coin does, by the way, if you were wondering, because I didn't know that at the start, but then I learned. So this is a good way of always activating the snail. This might actually be what we get just because of the XP. This is 10 upgrade. Since we're getting this as the first card, we can probably level it. So, and it is a really good one. It doesn't do anything if you don't hit the snails, so that means we didn't have to start rigging snails if we want to play well. Right? These will take forever to level. While the Grumble here only needs 10, 18, 14, 11, and 17. Okay, but 10. So I think the hostility is easy to level here. Yeah. Slugstorm or Snail in the Pocket. I'm going for the Slugstorm. The area damage is so good, so yeah. Well, do you want to get your superiors involved? Ha! They've just doubled the fee. But fine, Grifter, have it your way. The only thing... But you better have some work papers, else the only thing I'm authorized to give you is a kick in the seat. Ask about... I've been on the bone a long time. Let me rest these old bones a minute while I get my bearings, I think there's nothing really here that I want to ask about. So are you going to give me your papers, or am I going to give you a very bad day? No need for hostilities, friend. I'm here by invitation. See for yourself if you like. You pull the signed work visa from an oilskin wallet you carry for such purposes. Huh, looks legit. Who exactly are you meant to report to? And then, last time I went for this I'm here to work security, and then we get this blacklist, which was really cool. But then I want to try getting the shovel this time. I'm here to dig, and I don't know. You will report to Calandra, a foreman. Alright, I think we still have... I'm probably going to have to play with both of them, but this time we get the shovel instead. What does it do? 1 action for 2 damage. Deal 2 bonus damage per empty cell. Gain 2 defensive per charge. Okay, so that's really good. Just a good card. Unique attack, and it's a battle card. Battle cards are usually better to get than negotiation cards, since the final thing will always be a battle. You can use negotiations to improve your odds in the final battle, but nonetheless the battle will be the determining thing. A foreman in the workers' camp. Someone named Prindo Calandra, I believe. Calandra, lucky break. She won't work you to death, that's for sure. I think she's too soft on the workers, if you ask me. I don't think I did. Rude of you. Gain battle card shovel. I still gotta search you, though. You got anything to declare? You rummage through your backpack showing Victorino the contents. You've only got one thing worth declaring, though. Either 100 shields or... Boombox Crackler ×2. Oh. Or we can add a battlegraft surgery. I think, yeah... Rook starts with way more graft slots, I guess because he's already like a cyborg or whatever. The Crackler is really good. That would be a good way to like open the game. The graft slot is worth about 150 gold. Coins, shields, whatever. Maybe I get this Crackler. It's just gonna be a good way to win battles early. But I'm probably just gonna end up not using them, because that's how I do it. So, I don't know, man. My economy heart tells me to go for the slapdash surgery, and there you go. Also, the thing about grabbing the equipment is that when you're playing the equipment, you're not leveling your other normal cards, right? So that's part of the reason why I don't like going for them. That's allowed, as per the terms of your visa. Ask more about Calandra. You say Calandra is easy to work for. Should I be pleased? Depends on how honest you are. And what does that foreboding little statement mean? Look, I don't know anything about nothing, but I've heard rumors that Calandra might actually be one of them. The Rise. Saying so to the wrong person could get her killed, though, and I don't know for sure. What does that have to do with me? Like I said, it depends. Maybe nothing. Maybe she's just soft and you get a nice cushy bark job for what that's worth. Or maybe you fall in with the wrong crowd and it's your neck on the block when Filimo finally puts a stop to it. And what if that fate sounds unappetizing? You could always talk to the Sparks Barons. If there's a job needs doing, they'd know. Take a leave. So am I free to go? Yeah, whatever. Thank you, officer. It's been a pleasure. But don't try anything funny in there. You go through the gate, but you feel like Victorino will miss you when you're gone. I'm sure he will. Alright. And we are off to a good start here. So we are gonna go directly to Calandra first. That's not what I did the last time, so we'll try that this time. You enter the labor office, shovel at the ready. You're here to dig, grifter? Show cuff your shovel. You brandish the shovel. I'm here to dig, friend. Why else would anyone end up in the bog? Good point. Talk to Calandra. She will set you up with a contract. Funny story. When I remember back in elementary school, at one point my teacher asked, well, in Danish, how to say at grave, to dig in English, and I said I raised my hand and said, "Dick." And everyone laughed because it sounds like the male genitalia, and my teacher scolded me for saying a rude word in class. There you go. I was punished for saying the right thing. I never learned what she wanted me to. I was just, I don't know. That's a bad memory from elementary school. Good times. Anyway, Calando holds herself like a leader in sheep's clothing. She looks as you as you approach. She looks different, doesn't she? She didn't wear this uniform the last time I saw her. Yes, look at this. She's pretending to be like a laborer right now, I suppose. This clothing that she's wearing down here is more her thing. Anyway, your references aren't glowing. Oh, I right-clicked and it skipped the conversation. Is that alright? Okay. You pass her work visa, quickly flashing your signet coin between your fingers when you do. Her eyes light up shrewdly and maybe with a spark of mischief. I am, but just warn you, this work isn't for the meek. The bark will be the death of you, if you let it reach your neck. That's the code phrase you were expecting, so you respond in kind. Then I'll watch my step and keep my neck dry. She nods, satisfied. You're Rook, then. Your references are glowing. That's unusual for this side of the bog. I can't give you the details now, but we're on a timeline, and I need you to put the work right away. So let's get started, shall we? So we are here to be a spy still. I thought maybe with the shovel opening that we would actually be like in a different kind of playthrough where would be more like a scavenger adventurer, but it's the same plot line. It's just approached from the laborer angle instead. That's fine. Ask about... I'm afraid I will need some details if we're in business. That's not really... Let's ask about the rise. This is the uprising. The rise. Let's not be cute about it. You're one of the rise rebels, yes? Even the gate guard had this suspicion. The rise isn't a rebellion. It's a labor movement. My workers like me. That's reason enough for the barons to cast me as a villain. Let them. If their eyes are on me, then my agents can pass without scrutiny. You're bold, I see. Ha! Boldness is action, not words. Hold your applause. Alright. As you say, you've hired me to do a job. I'm nothing if not professional. Happy to be in business. I promise you'll find me a fair employer. I have a couple of things that need doing. Alright, so we have two opportunities. Let sleeping bogs die. Workers working a wildcat dig disturb the nest of vicious urchin. Help them contain the mess before they're exposed. Upgrade a card. Oh, see, now that's useful. Upgrading a card. Because some of them we simply will not be able to upgrade on our own. This one allows me to remove a card instead. Now that, I think, is worth more. Because I would want to get rid of one of these, probably like a pleasantry that we haven't, like this one here. Instead of upgrading it directly, which would also be quite nice, then we can just remove it. Yeah, I think that's to be preferred. And it also pays a little bit more. It's a battle and negotiation, so it's probably... I hate that it says battle and negotiation. It should say or. In most cases it's an or. Sometimes it's an and. Goldie is a foreman here in the bog, one of the worst kind. He works his shift too hard, accidents happen, and people get hurt. I need you to go teach him a thing or two about importance of workplace safety. Alright. Goldie has been mistreating his workers. Calando wants you to scare a little empathy into him. Accept. Great. Go find him and give him a good scare. Use force if you need to, but don't kill anybody. We don't want to provoke the barons. Alright. On the map. Let's dive right into it. So, proprietor, do you sell stuff? He speaks with a Deltrian accent, implying he was born on the mainland. Benavim nods in acknowledgement of your presence. Well, it's a start. We can pay him to look the other way, I see. So if not, then he's gonna hinder me. We can pay them to help me here. Okay, let's just go for it. Like most foremen, Goldie prefers to work folks who can get the job done. So, another day in the feud? Confront Goldie about the treatment of the workers. Yeah. Kalanda says you've been pushing your workers too hard. I'm here to ask you to consider maybe lightening your touch a bit. Is that what she says? You tell her that she's too soft. You can't let them walk all over you and you'll never make the quota. So, he's not getting any helpers here. And here he's gonna get a combat drone. Goldie will dislike you, Goldie will dislike you. This is an intimidation attempt which makes hostility cards better, and that's why I kind of have begun going for hostility more often. A lot of the in negotiations combo with being good at hostility in the first place. So that's quite nice. Now I'm thinking that we've already taken the soft damage, but we are also already... we start with less health as good old Rook here, so I'm a little bit worried about doing either. He's got low resolve though. Let's get into a negotiation. Let me rephrase. I'm here to demand that you stop being a little tyrant or I'll hurt you. How does that sound? Okay. So again, the name of the game will be to... What's this? When your damage spells over against Goldie's arguments, it targets your core argument. Right. Not a big deal. We can play around that. The name of the game is to level the cards. Start with the rationale, and then we are dealing damage, of course, when we have that. When we only have that option. 10 or 17. Maybe we go for the 17, trying to actually get that leveled. Yeah, let's do that. And so, yeah, so intimidated hostility cards deal an extra 2 damage. Remove 1 stack when you play a non-hostility card. Okay, we can't play any hostility cards this turn. This is a rough one. Grindstone. Oh boy. Targets the opponent each turn for 3 damage. Ouch. Trickery. Let's draw 2 cards. Hope for some damage. We did not get it. Wow. So here we are gonna call it twice. There's a chance that we roll snails twice and it deals damage to the grindstone. So, no. But if not, then we get composures. That's also good. So close, man. We're gonna take some damage here. Ow. Oh, and another grindstone. Okay. This is bad. So the Slogstorm is actually going to be really nice if it hits the snail. If not... Oh no, look at that. If it does too much damage and it will do 4 more, right, than this here indicates. So it's going to do 6 and 6. And that overspills with 4 and 5 dealing damage to me. So we cannot play the Slogstorm. We can also not play the Grumble or any of the Grindstones. We gotta do the Pleasantries. I mean, I could have Grumbled first, but I guess I'm doing Rationale after the Pleasantries here. Oh, we gotta roll the 2. Oh, we did. And then it did overspill. But... yeah, that's rough. The rough turn. Two rough turns in a row, in fact. Same thing this turn. Wow, that is so bad. I hope we landed on precisely 2 though. That was lucky. Okay. But we're taking a lot of damage here. What is this? A bounty. When destroyed, Rook's core argument gains 10 composure. That's the defense, basically. So that's nice. Yeah. So... Trickery, yeah, we have the actions for this. 3 composure, okay. Bonus action next turn or rig. Bonus action next turn. Or we rig. Oh, no, no, no. Well, I can rig after I play the college, so that doesn't matter. The thing about the bonus action next turn, so far we've been able to, I think, use all actions every turn, but it's been just on the money, so it's unlikely we will actually use it. I'm gonna go for the rig. Okay. So now we're taking no damage. We want to play our cards, obviously. And rig a snail. He's getting impatient, so now they deploy with more damage and stuff. Alright. Yeah, okay, so he's attacking the rig snails here. That's kind of what I was hoping for, so this is perfect. It got 3 resolve on its own, so as long as we don't gamble this turn, I won't lose it, and then it'll tank the damage for me, so that's perfect. We're not gaining XP anymore. Alright. Let me get Composure first. Then hit this one, and we hit precisely 2 again, which is amazing. And then damage him. Now we're not getting XP, so we just want to finish now. Take more and more damage. Oh, he's... Okay, can we finish it? No, we cannot. Oh no. If we hit the Slugstorm, it does 4 damage precisely, which is what we need for the grindstone. So, I mean, yeah, it's gotta be the Slugstorm here. We hit it. I did 1 more damage then. Okay. Because it also rolled the snail, obviously. We are gonna call it. We did not get the hits. Okay. Now, just in case you're wondering at home, there's not really any penalty to losing a negotiation other than the fact that you lose the negotiation. In fact, if you run away, you get the unconvincing card, but you don't get any card or anything for losing a negotiation by going to 0 resolve. It just ends the negotiation, and then you continue on as if you have either failed the mission, or if your mission allows it, you can do whatever else you would try to do at that point. Anyway. Reverse the lucky coin. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed. Because now we can guarantee the damage with the pleasantries. Boom. Alright, so we are getting low in negotiation, but you kind of want to use the resolve to tank as much as you can before you start running down your health. At least in my experience. Anyway, so here we get some more hostility cards. Drawback, draw 2 cards. All hostility cards drawn cost 1 less until played, and that will be all hostility cards drawn as a result of this draw here. That's decent. We don't have a lot of other hostility cards yet, so here's Vulgar, draw 2 cards, and then gamble for each hostility card drawn. That's probably better. And then this one here. Lose composure from all friendly arguments. Deal damage equal to the composure lost. That's a really cool card that kind of requires us to build a lot of composure in the first place, which we are not doing yet, but we could do it later. 12 XP required 15 and 13. Oh, and I kind of wanted the Vulgar, but if we can't ever level it, it might not be the right call. 12 is also hard, and we're not going to play this 12 times. That's another thing, right? You don't play this very often. But it's good at the first level. Becomes better, obviously, if you level it up. So does this one. I think I'll grab the Vulgar. These are both cards that you would play relatively often, and I think the Vulgar is just a little bit better. Gambling. The thing about drawing hostility cards and then they cost one less. It's both of them are still only drawing hostility cards, but sometimes you can have hostility cards that cost 0, and there's a lot of those, and so then that doesn't really work with this one, does it? Well, this one will always do something. If you draw hostility cards, when you trigger the thing, I'm gonna grab it. Exit card. Kalanda's not with the rise, is she? I'll back off. The job's not worth my life. I'm glad we could come to this agreement. Done. Good stuff. So he dislikes me for that, but doesn't hate me. Then move back. Come here and talk to Kalandra. Greetings once again. Get paid. I convinced Cody to back off. Great. What did you have to do? We just talked. I can be very persuasive. I'm sure. Get paid. Remove a card. So, I think a pleasantries or... Well, it's tough with the battle deck, right? None of these are like explicitly bad. The blasts can be upgraded into something that is relatively good. The kicks are decent. Can also be destroyed by themselves. I don't think there's anything here that I will remove. Since we've started to sort of tune the negotiation deck already, the idea would, now that we want to draw hostility cards, removing something that's not a hostility card will better enable this card. And so we are going to do exactly that. The pleasantries that takes 18 XP to level, get rid of that. Good stuff. Then next quest. Alright, I have another job for you. Now she likes me, so she gives me a bonus on rewards already. We have, what, Nano Lattice as a reward here. Draw a card, gain defense, destroy after 2 uses. That's a good card. But of course limited in its uses, so... the Barons are overcharging workers at the company store. Put an end to it. At the company store. That's a good song, by the way. That's a negotiation. Let's try to go for a battle if we can. We cannot. Okay. Here we get the Rise is holding recruitment rally in the workers' quarters. Convince a crowd to attend and provide security at the meeting. Huh. Krill Ichor. Gain 6 power and Krilled Up. Right. Krilled Up is lose 2 power every turn, lose 10 health when power reaches 0. Ooh. But it replenishes, which is cool. While the Nano Letters will just defend you. I think this is a better card. Also with more uses. This one has Replenish, which is really nice. You know what? Because it has Replenish, I'm just going to grab this one, and when we play it, it's going to be great. It's also cool. Yeah. Grist for the mill. We're planning a recruitment rally in the workers' quarters later today. But the Barons caught wind and now people are too scared to attend. I need you to drum up attendance. And you aren't worried that the Barons might try to interfere? Of course I am. That's why I'm asking you. You're going to provide protection. You realize my skills are of the covert variety, yes? This isn't exactly the kind of work I'm best suited for. Fine, but it's the work that needs doing. And the more even-handed you can be, the better. But it doesn't say battle up here. Wouldn't mind it if it turned into a battle, though. My expectations are currently set pretty low. Prove me otherwise. Here's a list of folks that I want to see in attendance. Should be straightforward. If you need supplies, check in at the last stand. We don't have much to spare here. But the barkeep there sells whatever you might need. The bar's kind of a neutral ground for the Spark Barons who want to pretend their workers like them. It's safe enough to let yourself be seen there without drawing too much suspicion. Done. And I might go and get a drink so that the store some resolve, because I don't want to lose the mission, obviously. That would be bad. The mission pays what? Oh, we can't see the payout here, really. The last stand. A dusty old Kredeshi approaches as you enter. Your Admiralty, yeah? I can read it across your shoulders. I was, once. Aerostat, if I had to guess? Now I'm a hostile guy, and I used a compliment last time, so let's try to warn him of his own, to mind his own business. You're very free with your observations. That's an indulgence that can get you into trouble. Oh, I don't mean nothing by it. I'm Admiralty too, sometimes. Just nice to see a friendly face here so far from home. Alright, well met, then. Enjoy your... Do you have your squadron coin? Can I see it? Now that's quite personal. No, please don't take offense. I'm a collector, you see. I have several coins of my own if you're up for a trade. I'm always here. I like foot traffic. The foot traffic. You decide you might be up for a trade, just find me. Hengimund backs off and seems to content to give you your space. If there's an angle, you can't guess it. And there's no angle. We can trade coins with him. And any coin is better than my current coin, so let's just go for it. I think that we would like to... I guess we're going for the mud coin. It is kind of interesting, isn't it? Because I want to rig snails. Now, we're not doing it yet, but I want to. Usually I go for the composure coin because rolling random composure is just really a good way to get some composure. And so far we haven't been adding anything that gives us more composure, right? But if I want to start rigging snails, then we won't be hitting the heads, and so it makes more sense to get a coin that combos off of being better with snails. And I think I've never done it before, so I'm going to do it now. You trade your coin for a mud coin. Ah, yes, this one has a familiar weight. A pleasure to hold it again for sure. Good enough. So we can drink with a patron. Word is Leaky makes money on the side, stooging for death brokers and keeping the derricks well stocked with labor. Welcome home. Ha, hick, ha. If we share a drink, then we pay for both the drinks. That's twice the price, but then he likes me, which is kind of nice. Do we know what your social boon is? We do not. I think I know this one. This is the one that if you just remove a debuff, you heal 5 health. That's not the one I want, if anything. Same here then. And you. This one I don't remember by this the sprite. So maybe we will take you. You've heard that Quokey has a collection of trading cards depicting the upper echelon of the Hessian cult, from cardinals to archbishops. Of course, that's the Deltrian side. Unlikely Havarian clergy warrant any mention. Welcome home. Ha, hick, ha. Let's try it. It's only 10 resolves, so we're not even going to full here. I really don't want to lose a negotiation. And it seemed to me, it felt like she said that there will be multiple negotiations, right? So the bar is well known for in your network. A quiet speakeasy where folks like you can rest away from prying eyes. Hold on. Boom. The clients keep their heads down even as you come in. If they're curious enough to study your face, they're clever enough to hide it. Hello, barkeep. The name is Rook, and I'm simply parched. The bartender inspects you carefully, nods once, and keeps the conversation nice and low. Word it was I should expect you. I don't make a habit of helping out no more than I need to. Keep that in mind. Thank him. Thank you, barkeep. Your warmth and hospitality will keep me going today, for certain. Hold on, I got something for you. Hebel digs around under the bar, producing a lined case of unlicensed grafts. A gift, my fine friend, and we've only just met. You call in good favors. Alright. At the start of a battle, gain 3 concentration. That's a nice thing, but we are going into a negotiation right now. Whenever you shuffle your deck, deal 3 damage to a random enemy argument. That's nice. At the start of each negotiation, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many new cards. I'm gonna go for the Pocket Bomb. That's a really good one. And our deck isn't that big yet, so this is going to do a lot of random damage, and we already have Random damage in my coin as well. This is just going to work out just nice. And we picked a card that gave us card draw, so that combos with this one, and we can keep going down that route. Seems like a good idea to me. Very useful. And if I wanted to call in further favors, I got drinks and I got eats. If you want anything other than that, you're going to have to talk to the Jakes. They have a shop set up on the edge of the bog, and the edge of the law for that matter. But they're a cagey bunch, so you might have to prove yourself worthy of their business. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Well, I appreciate the information, I'm sure, and then I clicked. Never mind. Go to your room, nothing here. Oh no, wait, I realized that I forgot to change my outfit, but I bet I can do that here. Change outfit, yes. Saboteur or Shadow? Let's go for the Shadow, I like this one. Oh, and now we can get we can get bargaining in here. Oh, really? That's one of the best social boons. This is so good. We want this absolutely as soon as possible. We can't afford it right now, though. So, great. Black market. Let's just go there because I believe there's negotiation, and then we can level our negotiation skills a little bit. Maybe that's a bad idea. This establishes for members only. Leave for now. I don't remember if he's tough. Well, 20 resolve is relatively easy, and then we get to level our negotiation skills. So I think I'm going to do just that. As clandestine as you make it sound, this is ultimately a business. Alright. Go for tanking so that we level our cards. I always play the coins just to level them. Even though they're sticky, which can be a boon. And here we want to spend them usually. So he attacked with 4 in the previous round, so it's probably going to be 4 attack again, and we know where he's attacking. So I don't have to destroy the crafty plus here. Oh wait, what is this? Intents and targets previews are hidden, but then when this argument takes damage without being destroyed, Vo gains ploy, and ploy is a new argument then that deals 1 damage every turn. I did not know this part, so we need to destroy it for certain in 1 move, and I didn't know that. That's cool. We can't. Oh, we do have a defense card here. So I'm not going to attack it because I don't want him to get that ploy thing. Which means we're not playing the Slugstorm either. We're just going to grumble. Could have played the Spark Baron Permit, but it would have been overkill. So we take what, 2 damage? Yeah. Okay, maybe I should have. Ah, what happened? I shuffled my deck and dealt then 3 damage to the Crafty Plus that just got a Composure from him, dealing 1 damage to me, and then that spawned a Ploy. Unfortunate little interaction there. That's kind of bad. We kind of need to destroy the Ploy before anything else. Now that's doing damage too. And he's doing 4 damage to me here. Wow. Bad negotiation. Oh, is he down to 7? So we could maybe end it quickly. Chance of drawing 2 hostility cards is pretty low here. I'm gonna go for the Volgar. Okay, we were lucky. Oh boy, are we taking 8 damage? Really? That's insane, dude. He's attacking twice in this round. And when he deals damage, he gains composure equal to resolve lost, and I can't finish him off. Unless, what? I can roll 2 damage here. It's not enough, then maximum of 4 here. So maybe Trickery can do something for us. Composure. Flustered. Flustered would do what? It would reduce it by 33%, which is at least 1 per. Is it rounded up? It's rounded up if it's more than 0.5, so it's a 4, which means that's 1.33, so it's just reduced by 1. That's 2 in total. That is less than 3 composure. So this is worth more. And if we roll the composure here, which we did, then we don't take anything from the first one, and then that deals him 3 damage. There. And then he does get 4 composure off of the next attack there. Okay. I can tank this entire round, so that's good. I will play the Cornet for the XP. Yeah, because he's gonna die now. Alright, good stuff. Rationale is leveling up. Oh. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna get the foot rationale over here. It says gamble. If we hit snails, then we apply 2 composure to all arguments. I usually like apply composure to all arguments more than targeted composure. And we are gonna try to get some Rick Snails card at some point. So this is the one we're getting. But until we get it, it's kind of shaky. What do we have here then? We can either start making a prepared combo. Overwhelm here deals 1+ extra damage for every argument that you have. Currently we are not making arguments of our own, but we can get into that. 13 XP required, 14 and 7 over here for Grunt, which is, if it is prepared, then you deal extra damage and draw a card. And it's a hostility card, which we combo with currently. I think we're getting this one. The Jargon or Shotgun or whatever is so good. But it requires it to be prepared, which we can't guarantee. And it's not a hostility card, which we have invested into comboing with. I'm going to go for the Grunt, also a prepare card. But it's also a hostility card. My work takes me all over the continent, my friend, sometimes all the way to Rentoria. I'm a member worth having, with connection in every faction. You a spy, then? Fine, conditional membership granted. But you better have shields to spill. We don't. But it's all good. Yeah, we're not gonna get anything done here. But this is where we remove cards. It costs 50. And I want to get this reduced to 30 by getting that boon from that other guy. And then we can do it a lot and start really thinning the deck. And thinning this negotiation deck will be key now that we have the graft here. So I think that's going to be the thing that we go for. But this is probably where I will be ending the episode. It's going to be a bit of a longer episode already. But that's fine for the first one. I'll aim for the 30 minutes here for going forward. But I hope everyone will enjoy Rook's playthrough here. And then with those words, this is Keejchen signing off. See you next time, and bye-bye.